welcome to Impossible Coin. This is a podcast allegedly about video games.
That's what I heard.
And Tika Severside is currently on assignment. We've asked her to go to a warehouse which is allegedly full of amigos to see what she finds there. I'm not sure what she'll find. What do you think about it, Rocky Hardy?
I think it could be dangerous, but she can handle it.
Okay, true enough. My money is on all of the boxes are empty, and I'm Brian. All right.
They've been spirited away to the nearest Big Lots.
Oh no! Is there a nearest Big Lots? Is that still a thing that exists?
Dog, I don't know.
Oh no! Not me typing "is Big Lots real" into Google.
I feel like I would have heard something. There's still one in my hometown, so I feel like I would have heard something if it was gone.
Does Big Lots exist?
Oh man, I remember Big Lots. Himmel the hero. Save someone. Brad, you gotta watch Free Run. It's okay. Watch it on your own time.
Big Lots has gone through significant change since a recent bankruptcy.
There it is. That's the one.
Okay, they closed several locations.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. A company called Variety Wholesalers acquired a significant number of the remaining locations.
Okay.
And plans to continue using the Big Lots brand name on those stores, even though they'll be serviced through the Variety Wholesalers supply chain.
It's wild. Brandon, I just looked it up. There are 3 separate Big Lots in El Paso still.
You know what? I'm going to say that checks out.
Let's fucking go.
I something I spent time on this week because what else am I going to do with my life?
Sure.
Is I was like, I was like, I need to find out the history of Pizza Hut Classic as a concept.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
Yeah. And so I found out that it's a lot less elegant than you might think.
Okay.
It totally just fucking checks out. So Pizza Hut at some point was just like, man, we sure do still have some restaurants out there that have the stained glass lampshades and salad bars and the red cups and the checkered tablecloths.
I love those cups, man.
Oh man! Oh, you know what, man? Soda tastes 342% better out of those fucking cups.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I don't care what you put on that salad bar. The Pizza Hut salad bar tastes so good. It's just something about it.
See, now I'm just thinking of a guy in a movie who has a replica Pizza Hut inside of his house or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can believe that. That sounds like a premise of a weird indie mumblecore movie.
Yeah.
Or it's like, Fred, get out the Pizza Hut basement.
Then
No,
climb out onto the roof and it's thatched or whatever.
And it's like, Fred, your basement's not going to bring your father back. And it's like, it might. Dad was supposed to take me out for pizza.
Oh my god! Have you?
I read all the books for Book It.
Did you watch that Wes Anderson movie where they actually cast Michael Cera in it?
I did, yes. The Phoenician Scheme. Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah.
What do you think of it, man?
I think it was pretty wild in the time. I think it was interesting that in the first 30 seconds of the movie, a dude gets blown in half. Right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. Let's do it.
Yeah, in the first 30 seconds, Benicio del Toro, he's just I'm on a plane, whatever. And then the narrator, because it is a Wes Anderson picture, the narrator's
yeah,
everybody wanted Benicio del Toro fucking dead, and and they cut to someone launching a missile at the plane he's on.
Oh my god!
Tears off the side of the fuselage, and there's just the bottom half of a dude and a spray of blood behind him. This is the first 30 seconds of a Wes Anderson movie.
Sounds insane. All right.
He makes his way to the cockpit, and he and then the pilot gets shot through the like the windshield of the plane. So now it's like we're a minute into the movie. Our body count is 2. Del Toro like takes the slumped corpse of the pilot, like pulls him out the seat. He then crash lands the plane into a cornfield. Gets up, stumbles out of the plane, discovers that some of his intestines are hanging out,
Oh, okay.
and he stoically shoves his intestines back into his stomach, and then proceeds to stroll down a row of corn, and with one hand is holding his guts together, and with the other he just grabs corn right off the stalk and is like eating raw corn. That is the beginning of this fucking movie.
Let's fucking go. All right.
Yeah. So I've seen that movie.
Mhm.
But Pizza Hut classic.
Right.
All right. So they just kind of like inventoried the locations that they had that still had that like steepled red roof and like the setup inside that they described. And what they did was they just took those locations and they shipped them all a plaque. They're like, yeah, you're a Pizza Hut classic now.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they changed the signage out front to just go from saying like Pizza Hut to changing it back to using the logo that was in use during the 80s.
Oh,
and
that's
then
cool.
put the word classic underneath it.
Yeah, that's still silly, but
Yeah. Yeah, no, this was not like building new dedicated retro locations. It's like, what do we have that still looks this way? Okay, great, do that.
Yeah.
Just ship them a plaque. And like this inquiry was based on me like going like, I bet based on the speed and velocity of urban growth in the Phoenix metro area, there's a fair number of air quote Pizza Hut classics in the metro area, because the most frequent location for Pizza Hut classics are in what was rural areas, but the places that like were classics like in Arizona could now very easily be part of the metro. And I was like, okay, let me check how many Pizza Hut classics are in the Phoenix metro area. And friends, in the Phoenix metro area, there are 7 Pizza Hut classics.
Okay, what wins in a fight? 3 Big Lots or 7 Pizza Hut classics?
Man, you know what? Like, I think it depends because, like, at one of them you can get jeans where the legs aren't even. You just be like, hey, why do I need a sealed case of 36 copies of the Burger King video game Sneak King? But cool. With every purchase comes a copy of Titanic on VHS.
Oh my god. On VHS. Imagine having some on VHS today, man. Oh god. I need to get another VHS player. I think there's plenty in the family.
And like, I think that there's going to be a knife fight at some point between 2 different obnoxious communities, and I'm
okay
here for it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Obnoxious community number 1, the FGC.
Okay.
Specifically, the Smash Bros.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, because what do those Smash Bros need? They sure need their CRTs.
Yeah.
Yep. Obnoxious community number 2, the rapidly increasing world of VCR enthusiasts.
Oh man, I was hoping they could be gang. But yeah, you're probably right. They probably are.
Yeah, but they're competing for the same precious resource.
Yeah.
Yeah. They both want the CRTs. Which comes down to, where do I just get an endless pile of startup cash to make my new CRT company?
You gotta put on the suit. You gotta go to the VC firm. You gotta do their private version of Shark Tank. You know, like do that, man.
Look, there are dorks out there. There are dorks.
Hey, man, retrospect exists, so like that makes sense to me. Go for it. Sorry,
Yeah.
there's like a retro hardware dealer called Retrospect, and they like source a bunch of stuff and sells it. I don't think they make anything. They should, but I don't think they do.
Like, there is a video rental store in Chicago
Okay.
that rents nothing but VHS, and that's the
Worm.
hell future we're moving toward, man.
Yeah.
Like VHS. I'm like, who are your customers? Who are the people renting VHS in Chicago? Who knows?
I hope they're having fun.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, there's far worse things they could be doing.
Yeah, man. Remember when The Apprentice ran for president on a platform of mass deportation, dog?
So, as a point of reference, because God knows when you're listening to this, fair listener. For all I know, you're a guy who's discovered our podcast, and the year is 2028. We're 2 years into the administration of JD Vance because the president died of a stroke.
Oh, God damn
Um, and so he's made a law that says that like every Cumberland couch in the country must be brought to him.
it.
He's out here fucking all the Cumberlands.
God damn it!
But
And people buy them after. Like, why? Doesn't matter.
there's no longer a Cumberland market because of this.
Wait. Hold on. I have to get this thought out. Fucking JD Vance, after he takes over America, he starts investing in couch coupons. Is what you're telling me, man?
Yeah, he wants a couch harem.
Take them all to Coachella.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Not oh no! But yeah. So just as a point of reference, fair listener in 2028. First of all, we have questions for you, which you can't answer for us because we live in the past. I was gonna say like, how's the ostrich meat? We thought about that one time. You probably know. But like, do the ostriches have COVID now? Is that different? Like,
I hope not.
yeah,
I don't think they're. I do not think they are vulnerable to the disease, but anything can happen.
it's true. I mean, like they don't appear vulnerable to shit.
Yeah.
But I guess what we're trying to tell you is that we're recording this the day after in 2025 that was called No King's Day.
Oh yeah.
Which I am now going to shit on.
Okay, sure, let's do it.
Because like, man, look, I am like if Blue Sky became a place,
Okay,
it was No King's Day. Like, it's like,
sure.
hey everybody, just remember all of the No King's Day events are limited to 2 hours. Why?
Yeah.
Why are they limited to 2 hours?
It's a parade, man.
What are we trying to do here? Well, we just want to make sure that everyone stays safe, and if we adhere to the licenses that were applied for in various municipalities, that gives police less reason to like. No. First of all, it's fucking cops. They're just going to do whatever they want.
Well,
Like,
I don't know, man. Like, apparently, at least for like the first like 4 hours, there were like no arrests in NYC, none, and that's weird.
like all these stuff, like various locations, like having like sign up sites where you would stick your government shit into it. I'm like,
right.
Like that seems like a bad idea.
It's definitely something that could be used against them. They're hoping to use it for something, which I don't feel great about generally. But like, even then, it might just blow up in their face.
Yeah, come the fuck on. Man, I don't know.
Sufficient. Like, I hope none of those people who went feels like it's done, and like anyone with sense like realizes it's not done, But like,
I'm getting really tired of these images of the dudes in the frog suits, and
really, okay,
yeah. And maybe it's because like I just assume that however this is going to pan out is like I think it's probably going to require more people who are like handsome young Italian American men with very bad backs
Okay.
um, than guys in frog suits. Um,
Maybe, but like I don't know. I feel like the stuff that's happening in Portland is working, right? They showed up, they declared war, right? And like what they really want to do, they want to have someone, you know, throwing a Molotov at something so they can take a picture of it, take it back to Washington and then start knocking over buildings. You know what I mean? But
right.
like every time they show up, there's a bunch of people in inflatable suits. They're not dangerous. I was reading reports they were doing the hokey pokey for like in 2 hour shifts or whatever. And like, while that is ridiculous, you know, it's hardly, I guess, maybe respectable. Like, it's effective. They can't do anything else. And like, they look stupid for doing what they've already done. And that's going to make everything they want to do after harder.
I guess I guess the thing is that these people don't care about looking like assholes, right? They don't
Right.
care. And so, like, when I saw like footage of a frog in Portland getting maced by a cop, because like that has happened.
Right.
Like they don't care. They don't care that they look like cruel idiots macing
Oh,
people in frog suits.
honestly, it depends to who, right? Like, I don't think they don't care about our threshold for cruelty, right? But like the people who make political donations who are going to hopefully fund an oligarchy if our democracy doesn't hold out, like they care what they think about them, right? And like to make them look stupid makes them look like a bad business decision. And that's what they have to become, I guess. That's just where we're at.
I'm having such a difficult time with like for some reason these like signs that say like frogs together strong just like
Yeah. I mean, they look silly, but like the people who are like, you know, in military gear in front of them look even sillier.
yeah, I mean there's that. It just but I didn't expect the fucking revolution to be a twerking frog.
Yeah, me neither. But like personally, I'm just glad it works. You know?
I think
Like
that's
these people
too
are looking for
sure.
like the fucking like the Star Wars run back when like the Empire wins forever. You know what I mean? Like that's what they're looking for. So like they want people to like they want to weaponize the aesthetic of cool so they can shoot it down. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. Whoa.
Yeah.
I will just say that like there are a lot of times in recorded history
Yeah.
where there have been non-violent democratic protests, which have the spirit of youth. That at some point somebody flipped a fucking switch and said, "You know what? Enough of these assholes," and
Yeah,
just started
that's
like
true.
mowing down the youth. And I'm like, man, there's going to be a point where they're just going to like start using the rubber bullets on these frogs. Um,
I hear that.
yeah, I don't like it.
That
Um,
makes sense to me.
but you know what else people don't like?
What, Brett?
The Microsoft Xbox ROG Ally X.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, man. It's I wish it wasn't just like a Windows Surface with like controller buttons on it.
Boy, howdy. Um,
But
it's
then again, I wasn't gonna buy one, so you know.
like so all of the the sites that they sent out one of these things for review, they like I guess they like cut off their own nose to spite their face because they're like, oh, like okay, we've got two models of this thing. We have the $600 model
Mm-hmm.
and the $1,000 model,
Yep.
and they sent out the $1,000 model to websites for review,
Right.
which meant that like everybody's review of this thing opened up with, "Oh, by the way, we got the $1,000 one to review." Yeah, you read that right, $1,000 one.
Yeah.
Um, and I guess it just comes back to like, man, who do they think they're fucking kidding? Like, really, $1,000? Like, it made me go check the prices and shipping times
Mm-hmm.
of Steam Decks. I was like,
Yeah.
man. I just need to double check that. How much Steam Deck? And it's like, oh, okay. Um, the the cheapest Steam Deck has 256 gigs of storage and is $400.
Right.
Yeah. Um, that's like,
I wonder if ROG was like pricing them like they do PCs. Because like for PCs, like they usually like sell like the parts like at cost, if not like market cost, and then like you put it together or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Like that's like you may get like a slight discount. No, you don't even get a discount for like completed boxes, right? Like you buy a full on PC, it would definitely cost more than if you bought the pieces and put it together yourself. But like console manufacturers tend to like sell at a loss to like, build an audience so that they can sell their like first party stuff. But ROG doesn't have that relationship, They're not actually Microsoft. They're kind of like, as a partner. So like what if they're selling their stuff at cost and like that's why it balloons up this high?
so the most expensive Steam Deck,
Okay.
um, and so this is the one I have,
Right.
um, is $649,
Right.
and it has an OLED screen,
Yep.
a 1 terabyte hard drive,
Yep.
a bigger battery,
Yep.
and it comes with like a nice hard body carrying case.
Right, but like Valve was trying to get people in the ecosystem. Like Newell was actually quoted a couple of times saying that they were trying to like work down the price, like implying that they weren't just going to sell it at cost or what they could get on the market.
Um,
I'm not caping for ROG or nothing. It's just like given like what those parts do, and I guess like the relationship with Microsoft, and they're not going to benefit from like the ecosystem. I could see them charging that much.
and I guess this is one of those things where like Microsoft just looks fucking stupid.
Oh
Because
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, those fucking idiots.
because there's been so much writing in the last couple. Because now that this thing is out on the market, the
Mm-hmm.
horse is out the barn about the
Yeah.
story of, because like originally Microsoft was in development and got as far as the prototype phase,
Mm-hmm.
for a internally manufactured handheld Xbox.
Right.
Yeah, it was like, as I had predicted, like I guess at this point 2 years ago, going to be based off of the Xbox Series S hardware.
Hmm.
And they got as far as building out prototypes, and then they were just like, you know what, nah. And the reason that they went, you know what, nah, is the cost of ginning up a new dedicated production line is significant.
True.
And they were like, we would rather spend that money on additional acquisitions.
Yeah.
Microsoft, bro,
They
you
fucked
dumb
up.
fuck. You stupid, dumb, sweet, dumb baby. Like,
That
like
dude's like 80 years old, dog. They've been around the block, man.
7 years old. Dumb as shit. Thinks the door is a push. Um, Listen here, baby boy. People would have been much happier with a handheld Xbox they could afford that is legitimately a console than like you buying and then ruining Activision. Like because all of the business byproduct decisions that have resulted from them being like, you know what, let's just do this instead. It means that like Call of Duty is essentially more expensive.
Yeah.
Xbox Game Pass is more expensive.
Yep.
Like several game studios are functionally dead.
Yep.
They got bought by Microsoft and haven't really had the overhead resources or autonomy to do what they want since the acquisition, so they're just like, well, I guess we exist. You know what? We're going to do a little segment here called well, "What the fuck has Double Fine been doing?" Um,
I thought
because like,
did they cash out?
let's see here. I'm going to the Double Fine website because now they're owned by Microsoft.
Right.
What's
Oh no,
happening at Double Fine?
I think they are developing something. Actually, hold on.
See here, they've got a game called The Keeper.
I think. Hmm.
Here,
Yeah, I did see this. Honestly, it seems fine. I haven't I think I saw its trailer a while back, but like I don't remember seeing any writing about it.
and prior to Keeper, they had apparently they had a roguelike that came out in 2019. I'd have to check to find out when the acquisition of Double Fine went through. But they had a roguelike that came out called Rad. Um, 3D action roguelike. You're just a little guy. But let's see here. Double Fine. Were you acquired? Aha. Okay. They were acquired in 2019. Um, Rad was in development prior to the Microsoft acquisition. So since their acquisition by Microsoft, they have um, published Keeper, and
All
there
right.
it is. Fantastic. Oh, I'm sorry. There was also Psychonauts 2, but
Yeah.
Psychonauts 2 was funded through Kickstarter, and the Kickstarter happened before
Yeah. They just got
the
took credit for
acquisition by
that one.
Microsoft. Like this is a fun little game. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun game. Let's see here. I've pulled up the Xbox Game Studio Wikipedia page, and I
Uh-huh.
have now sorted by acquisition date.
Right.
Um, let's see here. The rash of acquisitions started in 2018 with Compulsion Games, um, In Exile, Ninja Theory, Obsidian, Playground, Undead. God damn, Jesus fucking Christ! That I forgot just how massive the 2018's
It was a big run.
it was a big run. Now let's see here. How many? Oh, see, some Compulsion has published a game since the acquisition. Let's see here, In Exile, what have you published? Wasteland 3. Um, and they have a game in development called Clockwork Revolution, um, which is scheduled for release next year. Um, Jesus. Ninja Theory. They put out a game. They put out that Hellblade, Hellblade 2.
That did come out.
Yeah, and nobody cared.
I heard some people liked it, but it wasn't extraordinary.
The first one was like this searing portrait of mental health crisis.
True.
Um, and then the next one was like, well, hey, what if we're just like kind of a boring third person action adventure game? Well, it looks
Yeah.
real good. Um, and Playground Games. Oh, this is I'm real curious about this one.
Okay.
What do you got, Playground Games? Um, since the acquisition, they have put out um, a Forza game in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
We've now gone 4 years since a new Forza. And
I mean, Forza's being
allegedly next year, Forza will be publishing Forza Horizon 6
okay.
and Fable.
Oh yeah, that's right. There is a Fable remake out there
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah. Like, you know what? I am here to bet money. I am here to
Okay.
bet money. Fable will be canceled.
Yeah.
I will bet $100 that Fable
Oh,
will be
dude,
canceled.
I am not fighting you on that. There's just no way.
Yep,
Oh, that's so funny.
yep,
they've been whispering about it for like what, like 10 years now? You know what it is? This is Microsoft wanted to have their own Kingdom Hearts 3, their own fucking Final Fantasy 7 remake, and now they have it. Good for them.
yep, yep. And like, and the thing about fucking Fable
Mm-hmm.
is that like the first Fable was on Xbox title, not a 360 title, mind you, an
Yeah, it was
Xbox
Xbox
title.
title. Yeah.
Yeah, um, and like, and of course it was half powered by Peter Molyneux's bullshit. Um, but there were lots of things that it did do, which like the game did have like a well defined morality system
Yeah.
which understood the idea that even if nobody saw you do a thing, that the thing that you are doing is like innately morally coded.
Right.
Like the idea of being like, okay, well nobody saw you steal the stuff out of the pots in this house, but even if nobody saw you, it's still evil. Oh, nobody saw you rescue that guy from drowning. Even if nobody saw you do it, it's still good.
Yeah.
Um, and like that was it was neat that like your your morality would like color like the development of your character so well. And it would like change the way that you interact with the world, and it changed the way the world unfolded. It was like very very neat, and it was like very distinct. It was also like very distinct visually. Like Fable had a fucking look. I don't know if
True.
you ever played it, Rocky.
Yeah. I played a
Yeah,
bit of it, but
yeah, like it had a very vivid and distinct look, and so like a promise of a game which like had that same kind of like the world develops around your sense of morality, um, seemed so promising. And like one of the things I always enjoyed most about Fable was like it it put systems in place to make it harder to start making decisions that were like the inverse of what you had done for a while. Like if you
mm,
kind of like, you know what, I'm a person who's an immoral bastard, they made it harder to like then right yourself and go on to like a path of righteousness, which like makes sense. Like the idea that like if you start like adhering to decisions in your life, like it should be more difficult to like break cycles.
right.
Um, and it's like, man, new Fable. But yeah, that's never fucking happening. I just
I
like
mean,
at best, like it'll come out, but it won't have any of the morality systems. And like what'll happen is like the Fable that is currently in development would get canceled. It'll
uh-huh.
then get moved to Bethesda, where it'll become a Todd Howard special, um, and just be yet another game with vibrating brooms.
You know, it'd be cool if the Fable remake had like the Nemesis system in it, like Microsoft does the dark business with WB or whatever, and then they in addition to have maybe the same morality system won't be there, but like the idea that you can interact with characters at like stages of the game that like remember you and like gain names and notoriety as you move through like the world, that could be really cool. I don't think they will do that either, though.
Oh, I just pulled up Undead Labs.
Okay.
Um, and I was like, well, what? Like, because they're the State of Decay people, and I'm like, oh man, State of Decay, that's something that makes money for Microsoft. Well, what have they been doing? I was like, oh yeah, um, they had that game where you were catching and training monsters. That was a combination of Pokemon and Monster Hunter called Moonrise, and they
Ah.
threw like years of development time into that. And then Microsoft was like, you know what? Nah, no.
Well, Capcom did make Monster Hunter stories like in the interim, so
Uh, then we've already reviewed Double Fine, and then along came Activision, and they're like, yeah, like, and they told the FTC, just swore up and down, like, oh yeah, we swear this is not going to fundamentally change the game industry. Like, we absolutely promise that this will not fundamentally change the game industry. Um, and then it did, and then it fucking did. Like, I didn't review Bethesda on this list because by some miracle, Bethesda has continued to like publish on a schedule that looks like Bethesda. Like, I don't know how that works. Maybe it's just that like Phil Spencer hates getting on Zoom calls with Todd Howard. I can believe that. Uh, man, that's a real Freddy versus Jason situation, isn't it?
yeah, you're trapped in a Zoom call with Phil Spencer and Todd Howard.
It's like that's a whoever wins we lose kind of situation.
Oh, that could be fun.
Man, oh man, nobody wants to hang out with those bros. Todd Howard, like, is it cool if I say fuck? Like, come on, Todd, you have to. It's a funeral.
Says a lot about society.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Phil Spencer's putting on his best T-shirt and jacket combo for the funeral. The shirt just says condolences on it.
It's a Mortician's Tale T-shirt, though.
Oh, you're right. There it is. Oh, we're back to the raw LAX. Yeah. The reviews on this thing have been fucking brutal. Like, apparently the screen is dog shit.
Hold that.
And it's something like apparently like an eighth of an inch between the edge of the bezel and where the pixels start on the screen.
Oh, what? That's
Yeah.
way too close. What are you talking about?
It's like, what is this? What, like, and they're like, yeah, this is some like 2010 shit as far as like the screen goes. Apparently, the viewing angle on the screen is not great, which also seems embarrassing. So I don't know what they're doing, man.
Well, I think they were trying to cash in on this opportunity to work with Microsoft, but they phoned it in, and they're gonna get rocked for it. That's okay. I'm down for these kinds of expensive mistakes because maybe they'll learn something.
Something like this could like total them as a company.
ROG? Yeah, that's true.
Because like ROG at this point, like people who are already building their own computers aren't dealing with them, and people who want to buy a pre-built computer that is doing cool shit in high end aren't shopping with them either, because there are higher end, more boutique, gamer centric pre-built computer retailers out there.
True.
And so like their bread and butter at this point is retail. And the emerging handheld market, because hey, they had a handheld before Microsoft got involved, which is why Microsoft got involved.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what happens when there's a whole bunch of $1,000 handhelds sitting on a shelf at Best Buy? Best Buy's, you know what, man? Fuck you. We're done with this. Like there are increasingly fewer gaming retailers that are willing to accept Microsoft SKUs. Like they'll take Microsoft other stuff, but like not Xbox related products. I'm like, could ROG end up getting like caught in this blast because of this overpriced boondoggle?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Yep. Man.
Hmm.
Um, I have enjoyed like looking at all of these articles that have come out comparing the performance of the the Microsoft X by ROG Ally X to a Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay.
And so many of these pieces are like, hey, you're better off just buying a Switch 2.
Hold that. I hope Microsoft's fucking embarrassed.
Yeah. Like when you've got stuff like at this point like a 3-year-old handheld in the form of the Steam Deck, which is running games as well as it's running on the Microsoft handheld, and people are like, well, how is that possible? And I'm like, well, because the Steam Deck doesn't have the bloat of Windows underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Windows is bad for video games. Um, Windows has always been like, okay, like, do you like video games? Well, yes. Do you want to play video games on a Windows system? Yes. Okay, well, the equivalent experience of it is imagine eating a half a dozen donuts and then deciding to go jogging.
Yeah.
That's gaming in a Windows environment. Like, it's if they really do move to a future where like everything that is branded Xbox is just a Windows PC, I can't imagine anything that will push folks faster into the arms of Valve and like Jesus, like it's like the amount of shit that like Sony has fucked up,
Mm-hmm.
but like it really does feel like at this point Sony's position in the market, uh, it kind of feels assured and guaranteed because Microsoft is just cutting off their own nose to spite their face with like dumb decision after dumb decision.
Mm.
Like PlayStation can be like, hey man, we're just gonna keep on putting out those dad games. Like that's fine. Like the other folks are just like, you're like, yeah, no exclusives. We raised the prices twice. Our handheld isn't even our own, and it sucks. Like Sony's fine. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
matter that their handheld is dog shit weird stuff because at
Yeah.
least they built it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still connected to the PS5.
PlayStation Portal. God.
I mean, I guess it is a portal, but man, I don't know. It's fine.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Man, there's still I still feel like that there's enough niche market to satisfy most needs. I do think it's, there's a loss in like not having like what you being able to meet your needs by skimming the surface, like
Yeah.
especially like in gaming. Like there's obviously like convenience and like expediency loss and all that other stuff, but I don't know, man. Like I feel like if you're hungry, you can eat. You know what I mean?
I agree. It really does come down to like how much time do you have to do homework,
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
fair.
Um, because like one of the things that you and I have talked about on this show before is really at this point like our disdain for most of the like the corporate offerings,
Yeah.
for video games. Like it's and like it's gotten even like at some point like even keeping track of like Devolver Digital is no longer fun.
Yeah,
Um,
that's fair.
yeah,
Like, because they're $1 billion
yeah, because they're a fucking
company.
billion-dollar company now. Like Jesus, like,
I mean, okay, like what I'm saying, like, because my disdain with like the corporate offerings, like, isn't even like an anti-corporatist stance. It's just like they're not selling anything to me. Like they are offering stuff that they figure most people will like,
Right.
and it's not doing anything for me. So I'm gonna go somewhere else. And that's
Exactly. It's a differently worded version of my complaint about Sony only selling dad games.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
Like at some point, like, Sony will walk up to you, Rocky, and go like, "Hey, Rocky, are you a father? Are you?"
They're really gonna do that, man. Like, I really do. I hope that there's like, because data selling is happening anyways. But like, I really hope that Sony is like really targeting the demographic of people who like enjoyed video games and that are like new fathers. They just get a fucking email from Sony for some reason.
God. Oh no, there's Nathan Drake, and he's just like, "Hey, everybody."
Oh
Would you like
man.
to? Would you like to play a video game which is essentially a fucking 14-hour movie?
And like, there's gonna be people like, that sounds really nice. Can I play it while holding the kid? You know what I mean? Like, that's
Oh,
like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're trying to sell the dad so hard, and like, that's a plan. I'm not a dad, and like, I hope it works out. I guess I don't know, dude.
yeah.
Like,
I guess those dads need shit to do. Like, it's so great. Joel will jump when you go.
it's like, oh man, like parenthood is so hard. I just want to get to this next level. How do I do that? And then PS5 wakes up and like, and it's like, hey, like, we noticed you're having trouble with this one section. Do you want a couple of tips? And it like puts them on screen or whatever. I'm telling you, they're selling it to somebody, and like, that's cool. Like, that's a guy. He's not
Ghost.
me.
What is it, like? Ghost of Yotai? Like, what's the name of the game? Like,
Ghost of Yote, yeah,
Ghost of Yotai.
yeah.
That's right. Did you know that your character can heal when you fall asleep exhausted in front of the television?
Oh man, that's what I mean. Like, I hope those people are happy. Like, I know people who play the dad games, and like, I don't know if they're happy, but they keep picking them up, and that might be something else. I'll keep an eye on it. But like, man,
But you know what? There's also a lot of people out there who keep on buying cigarettes.
yeah, I know. That's what I mean. We're gonna keep an eye on it, dude. Like,
Yeah.
God, man, Sony Ventions. Imagine that becomes a thing. Someone could put that on TikTok. We gotta get your friend off of Sony games, man. They're not. They keep buying them, and they're not good for them. It's affecting their quality of life. Oh my god, that could be a time.
God. Like, speaking of cigarettes,
Sure.
I feel like that there is a semi-regular segment on this show where Brian reveals cards that are going to be in the next Hearthstone expansion, and Rocky goes, "Wait, is that real? That sounds stupid."
I didn't say it sounds stupid. Like, I mean, actually, I think I did say that one of them was exactly stupid. But like, oh man, it's so wild to me. Like, it sounds like, the sequel Docker stuff. I guess, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, very much so. Where's some fun stuff in here?
Man, I'm like low key itching to play League again next season. I don't feel good about it. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but
Rocky.
I'm exploring the feeling. I want to see what it is, because it's not just that.
It's like, hey man, I was thinking about maybe just exploring just a little light experimentation with heroin.
League of Legends is actually the heroine of the video game world. I can't be the first person to have said that. Oh man.
Okay, so my first major observation this week on this is I really there's this thing going on with this expansion called the Fabled cards.
Okay.
Which I really think it's gonna get messy.
Sure. All right. Let's see it.
Because a Fabled card has in every case has two auxiliary cards. So when you choose to put a Fabled card into your deck, it actually takes up 3 card slots because the Fabled card has 2 cards that have to go with it. And so, like, that means that in essence, you're building a 28 card deck instead of a 30 card deck,
Okay.
which would normally be more attractive because smaller decks mean that you draw into the stuff that you need faster.
Right.
But it's like, what if you had a 28 card deck that only drew as quickly as a 30 card deck because it has the auxiliary cards it has to have with it? Like, oh man, and so many of those auxiliary cards have conditions on them, like play this when you're holding something else in your hand, or play this if you've already played that, or play this in a certain order. Like, people are gonna this whole fabled mechanic just stand from here. I'm like this is chuckle fuck shit,
They're
and
creating
nobody
combos,
is gonna put any of this shit in their decks because it's too slow and it has too many conditions on it. Like, it just ain't happening. It ain't happening. But shit like this. Here's some goofball business. 4 mana card. The name of the card is Time Looper Toki. Battle Cry. Get 4 random spells that are no longer legal for play. When you play all 4 of them, another Time Looper Toki enters your hand.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's real. They did that, and like that's because like
that's fucking insane. What are you
it's
talking
one of
about?
those fucking things where, like, people like there's like the ideal world in a card game is to have as much and as many burn tools as possible while at the same time having the smallest deck possible. It's like, can you have a lot of things that can burn your opponent and don't have a deck to reach them? Like, that's ideal. So something like Time Looper Toki, where you're just like getting shit in your hand, and then as you use it, it replenishes. That's a vibe. That's a vibe.
Let's go.
Oh. Especially if you do something like, say, return Time Looper Toki to your hand using like a Pandarian. There's these cards called Brewmasters, which are Pandarians, and they bounce a card, a minion, from the playfield back into your hand. And so, like, let's say you play Time Looper Toki and you get the Battle Cry, and then you play Time Looper Toki again. That now means you have 8. You have 8 cards which are no longer legal to play in your hand. And that also means that as you push those out of your hands, it'll eventually be replaced by 2 copies of Time Looper Toki.
Yeah.
Like, this is just fucked. It's amazing. And it's at some point, like I'm trying to think of like how many cards Mage has access to right now, which allow for like the shuffling of the hand back into the deck, because that's also helpful for situations like this where you're just like, oh, okay, like, now that we've entered the fatigue phase of the game, it's helpful to me to like actually return cards to my draw, so that way like I can go longer without experiencing fatigue. But yeah, like, I'm like, what a silly card! What a silly card! Let's see here. What else we got as far as like silly season shit goes? Oh, yep. Here we go. Here's a fun one.
Okay.
This is a rogue card. It is a 1 mana card, one attack, 1 health. But the text on the card is what's important, because it's actually none of these things. The name of the card is Shapeshifter.
Okay. Sure, let's do it.
Each turn that this is in your hand, it will transform into a random minion which is in your opponent's hand.
Oh, okay.
So you can just like hold this thing in your hand to figure out like what is in your opponent's hand. But this also means that you'll be able to use Shapeshifter to play from hand weird combinations of things that shouldn't exist.
Okay.
For example, let's say you're playing Rogue and you have a Shapeshifter in your hand, and your Shapeshifter turns into, I don't know, Time Looper fucking Toki. Because your opponent is playing Mage, you can then play Time Looper Toki, because the Shapeshifter is turned into it, from hand, shadow step it back into your hand, and then have like 8 spells from the past and replenishing supply of Time Looper Tokis as a rogue.
That does sound like some rogue shit. I'm kind of down.
Yeah, like it's just like and but the problem is that like all of these like weird interactions and combinations sound fun, and you're like, oh, that sounds neat. And like the thing is that what will inevitably happen is what it happens now with every Hearthstone expansion, which is that like somewhere around 70 to 80% of the cards will all prove to just be unplayable, because what happens is people get wired up for like 5 incredibly efficient fast decks that like kill your opponent by turn 5.
Jesus.
And then 1 to 2 incredibly slow decks that are just designed to grind your opponent's will to live by chipping away at every part of their arsenal.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just like then those 6 to 7 decks are all anybody plays for like the next 4 months. Oh, here we go. Farseer Wu. He's elusive, meaning that he can't be targeted with spells.
Hell yeah.
And he says his flavor text reads: after you cast a spell, discover. That means you get a choice of 3. Discover a nature spell that is no longer legal for play.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It's a little wild.
Yep. Stormrook. 5 mana, 5 attack, 5 health. Elemental Beast. Whenever you would damage this with a nature spell, instead summon a random 5-cost minion.
All right.
Yeah. So this thing like does stuff like where if you would like say aim a lightning bolt at it, instead it'll just spawn a minion. That is so wild. I don't know. I don't know. Like, um, the open play for the new cards is going to start in like a week.
Okay.
Since the expansion launches on November 4th, and so they generally do like a 2-week long tavern brawl where you get to try out the cards that you have as part of your pre-order packs, before you get to use them on ladder. So who knows? Like maybe I'm wrong, Rocky, but like Hearthstone just it hasn't been fun in a long time. But
Hey.
I'm sure it's hell out there.
For sure.
Smoking hot cigarettes. Which is why I have to caution you to against this terrible bad uh League of Legends idea, man. You don't want to get involved in ranks. You don't want to do that.
I don't think so, honestly. But like, there's something I'm looking for, and so that's what I got to figure out. I got to figure out how to use that impulse in a way that doesn't harm me. I'll let you know what I come up with.
Like Okay, man, to put the gun in your mouth just as long as you're itching the roof of your mouth and not pull the trigger, man. It's cool.
Jesus Christ. Message received. Oh man.
Just itching my palate, man. Rocky, what you been playing, man?
Uh, God, what have I been playing? Let me see. I played a bunch of demos this week. That's right. I did even play all the demos I wanted to play. I think I still had a couple more demos. But I played the Alabaster Dawn demo, which is the sequel to the stuff that like Crosscode people are working on. I played Pedal Crash 2. Wait, do you know about Pedal Crash, right?
Do you want it?
Okay, 1 second. Pedal Crash is a like Tetris Attack style like puzzle game.
Okay.
But you're not really playing Tetris. Like what happens is that they're like imagine like Tetris was like a this doesn't make sense. I don't know why I'm trying to explain this despite the fact that we're on a podcast. I'm sending you Pedal Crash's 2's Steam page. And so like it's a puzzle game in which it's like a physics puzzle game. Like you have blocks that drop, but you clear them by like impacting them with the same color, and you set up combos because when you hit the ones that you are actually clearing, the ones that are touching it explode outward, like with the physics related to like the block that you sent in. And so like you set up combos by these kind of chain reactions in that way. It's apparently hero based, like there are characters, but they have decidedly chosen this pixel aesthetic, and it's cleaner because modern technology or whatever, but it is pixel. And so they have a demo for their upcoming game, Pedal Crash 2, and I played that on stream this past week. I hadn't heard much about Pedal Crash, and from what I'm looking at, it doesn't look like that the people who were fans of the first game really like the changes that are showing up in the second. But I don't know yet. I don't know how big this like group is, but Pedal Crash tends to have good reviews, it looks like. But yeah, did you get to look at it at all?
Yeah. I am. Aside from like the way that the pieces kind of like explode out toward the corners after like
Yeah, after the
aside from that, like there's some very strong uh, puzzle fighter vibes coming off of this thing.
yeah. So like I was I think I talked to Twat about it a while back when I was thinking about I think I was lamenting how the modern like puzzle fighter like mobile game didn't, scratch the itch.
Yeah,
And so like I was really bummed about it. And I think Twan might have mentioned the original Pedal Crash to me,
right.
but I didn't really get to dig into it. But now that 2 seems to be on the horizon, I wanted to spend some time with it. I think the design is really good. The game itself is like it still eludes me. I did I did the demo and I played against like, their CPUs, and I beat the easy one, but like the easy one didn't seem to do anything. But like I could not even scratch the medium or like the hard ones. So like there are definitely fundamentals that I don't quite understand, but it is interesting. It seems like something that I could spend time with.
Well, cool, man.
Yeah. And then I also played. Oh God, I like wrote them down. Why can't I remember? Oh, I played a horror like precision platformer demo.
Okay.
Uh, it's uh, it's called Love Eternal. And so like it's supposed to be a precision platformer with like a horror vibe. The levels weren't super like difficult. Like I don't know. Like once I realize something's like a precision platformer as opposed to like something like say like early Mario, I just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna fail on this screen until I get it, and like that's fine. Like I did that, and that was within reach. And the spooky stuff was like sufficiently spooky. I don't
Right.
know if it like enticed me into like finding out what's going on with the full game. But the demo was okay. Like it wasn't the worst way to spend like half an hour, I think. Um I did also play Star Garden, which is a game that is currently being kickstarted but has a demo, and it's like, what if Kirby's Air Ride also like mashed together with the Chow adventure from Sonic Adventure? Actually, I think there is going to be a story mode that is like reminiscent of like Sonic Adventure, like the original, but like the Chows become like the things that you skate on in this Kirby Air Ride sort of situation. I played its demo; it seems okay. Like it's definitely not like they chose like the kind of Dreamcast aesthetic, which was enticing, but like it doesn't look polished yet. But it's also being kickstarted. I don't know, but it could be cool, but it's not quite cool yet.
So what do you feel like it needs at this point?
Like I feel like the like driving mechanics of like the actual star aren't like clear. And I feel like while you're kind of doing this kind of like Mario Kart battle mode sort of thing, at least that's what's in the demo, and you can pick up like things on the board that like give you stats.
Right.
Um, one of the stats is like turn. Like you need to like turning is like super unwieldy unless like you get like a bunch of it, and then it becomes like, you know, a really tight like precision game. But I don't know if that's like a stat that like feels good to fight over. It reminds me of like spending levels for iframes in Dark Souls 2. Like it was just like I already had the iframes in the last game. Like why am I losing it now? But I don't know. Um but I feel like there are some stats that makes you fight over that I
Right.
feel like should be baked in. Um I think the Chow Garden part isn't quite like interactive yet. Like all I saw when I was in there was that you could pick up the Chow and like you could rename them, but there weren't like food to feed them or like activities that you could take them on. And that felt strange. But you know, I I'd love to hang out with a Chow, but I also want them to do stuff. I want to know more. I want to know more about Bobo Bay, which is a game that's also in development that's supposed to scratch that itch. But I haven't heard from them in a little while.
Bobo
Um,
Bay.
yeah, did I tell you about Bobo Bay? I feel like I did. It's just Sonic Adventure 2 Chow Garden. That's all it is. It's the full game. And I think like you're also sent to like the island where the Chows hang out, kind of in sort of like a Harvest Moon sort of way. Like you're taking over for like an ancestor or something. Let me grab the page for you. You can see this. Oh, you got it.
I'm looking at this thing.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Bobo Bay is sick, man. Like I played the demo. I don't know if it's been updated since I like last looked at it. Um, but the demo that I played, I had a lot of fun. Like the Chow's like randomized colors. They didn't have Chow Karate yet, and I'm very excited to see what their Chow Karate is like. But they had like several races that you could play, and like you had like a full month like in the space, so like you could really like tune a Chow to be really good at something. And like the races were fun. It's fun to watch them run around. You can name them and stuff. There were accessories that you could like trick out the Chows with. Like it was all the way solid. Like I'm excited for what this game ends up being.
I do like the look of it.
Mm-hmm.
This like very very Dreamcast look with these like very very like a toy interfaces.
Mm-hmm.
Like okay, um, they're they're definitely going for something that like is going to evoke strong feelings. Just
Yeah.
like based on like the look of it, like oh man, look at these earthbound ass menus. Uh,
Yeah.
I know that folks are like very deeply emotionally attached to chows. Like I was just old enough to not have that be part of my core Sonic Adventure experience.
Word.
Um, uh, man,
Now, like I didn't. So, like, we didn't grow up with a Dreamcast. I played one later, but like, we grew up with a GameCube and like Nintendo stuff, and so we got Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and like we had 4 controllers and enough like memory card space. So like we would just
right,
like there would be like a weekly brotherly meeting where we would just sit down and fuck around with the chows to see who has the best racer this week, who's winning in chow karate or whatever. And like throughout the week we'd like fuck around and like take turns on the thing and like, you know, play the game, which we'd beaten a while ago. But like I think we spent maybe what 20-30 hours on Sonic Adventure 2, but like we spent hundreds of hours in Chow Garden and Chow Garden related activities.
I don't know if you ever had a chance to mess with this, based on like, since you didn't actually have a Dreamcast at the time, but there was something wild about, because like Sega did not charge you for making your Dreamcast talk to the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
And there was something which was cool as shit about loading up Sonic Adventure and being like, what do you mean there's Halloween decorations everywhere?
Yeah.
Or like, what do you mean there's Halloween stuff to do in the Chow Garden?
Man,
Um,
Brian, we got to get you into Monster Hunter like one of these days. Cuz like that's actually the experience. Like I mean, once you get your bearings, which is tough at first for sure. Like the game is always like supported. Like they're just like fucking people are still playing World. It's like a 10-year-old video game now. And like they still run the seasonal events and everything. Like you, as long as it talks
Speaking
to
of
the
seasonal
internet.
events, um, I've decorated the town in Sneaky Sasquatch.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, the pumpkin patch is in town square, and they added a new gimmick this year for getting ready for Halloween, which is that there has been in town for a while an empty storefront. People are like, "What's the empty storefront for?" And the empty storefront for was a seasonal decorations shop.
Hell yeah! Let's go
Yeah,
Spirit
I'm like,
Halloween.
oh, they're doing a Spirit Halloween bit, and you can go there and get like costumes which have different effects for Sasquatch and stuff to decorate your Sasquatch property.
Hmm.
Oh man, like I'm gonna be the Sasquatch who just like leaves his Halloween decorations up too long.
Hell
Uh,
yeah!
yeah, uh, but yeah, like God, I love that shit, and I loved that like when you got Quake 3 for the
Mm-hmm.
Dreamcast. Like there was such a hierarchy to Quake 3 on the Dreamcast,
Okay.
because it the Quake 3 in 1999, in the year of our Lord 1999,
Yeah.
because there wasn't anyone around to say like, hey, no, this is a bad idea. It was just like, what do you mean? Like, why wouldn't we have cross-platform play with PC players? Um, and Quake 3 had cross-platform play with PC players. It's and so like the hierarchy for Quake 3 was, if you were just like a Quake 3 player playing with a controller,
mm-hmm.
oh man, you got fucked. Especially if you were a Quake 3 player playing on a 56K modem, because the Dreamcast had two different ways of connecting to the internet. There was the 56K modem, and there was the broadband adapter. Um, and so you could tell like which one a dude was on. And it's like, oh man, spoke with this noob who's playing with a controller on a 56K modem.
Oh
Um,
fuck.
yeah, and Sega also offered something that came for the Dreamcast, which was a full, 104 key keyboard, clicky clicky, for the Dreamcast. And it would go into controller port slot 1, and the Dreamcast just understood like, oh yeah, you've got you're using a keyboard right now, which means that what we'll do is we're going to dedicate controller port slot 2 to your mouse. And so the Dreamcast had mousy keyboard action
Hell
for
yeah.
for a first person shooter. So it was conceivable that you could be smoking fools in Quake 3 using mouse keyboard. It's like, oh yeah, look at this guy. He's got a controller. Oh sweet baby, I'm just gonna kill you with my mouse keyboard precision. Uh, so like it was such a weird thing, because like at the time nobody was yet doing that whole like, oh well, what we'll do is we will regulate the ability to like spin up servers and create matchmaking at like the platform level. Like Sega never thought to do that, and so like all of the online matchmaking was like dependent upon the individual game and like how the game chose to set it up. And it is still possible to find Quake 3 Dreamcast matches. Like it's nuts.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Are they playing on hardware, or is it just like Fightcade or something?
They're playing on hardware.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Um, man, it's so like I don't know when I don't know when's the last time I waxed nostalgic on the Dreamcast experience on this show.
Yeah, it's been at least a few months.
Okay, like they really did just forget to make it terrible. Like there's just like there were so many like customer centric decisions, and the way that like the console, like they moved technologically forward, but they didn't move the economics forward, which was like the interesting part. Because you had other companies like Sony and Microsoft at that point that was already deep in development on their first console, who were like, "Oh man, there's so much money to be made in letting people online." And Sega's like, "I don't know, man. You guys want to get online? It's fun. It's cool. Who wants a birthday cake?"
Yeah, Jesus.
And like the way that like Sega would um you'll manage stuff like media, like, oh, you want to listen to music on your console? That sounds fun, man. Like and just things that like other console developers would figure out either how to monetize or ruin very quickly. And just it was just two brief, beautiful, weird years. Man, what a shame. What a shame.
What a shame.
Shoutouts to the weird consoles. I think this is really brought on just by like how strong these Dreamcast vibes are on Bobo Bay.
Yeah. I mean, someone's got to pick up the flag. We're not done with it yet, you know?
This color palette is like so Dreamcast coded. Jesus, the Chow fighting that looks so much like Virtual Fighter is so good.
Yeah, isn't that great? Oh man. You know, one thing that was still really funny to me is that in Chow karate, right? Like there's no like move list. You don't control them. Like they just kind of do stuff. And so like they like because they're effectively babies at the beginning. If you put like a fresh Chow into Chow karate, they like crawl on the floor and like they will like bat at you essentially or whatever. But like as the stats improve, like they'll stand during combat and then they'll like also like do actual moves. Like me and my brothers lost it when like I think my brother Trevor's Chow did a roundhouse kick one day. And like we all knew what it was, but we didn't know how he did it, and neither did he. And it was such an adventure after that, you know?
Like, the more I look at this, man, the vibes are really immaculate here, aren't they? Like,
Bubble Bay?
yeah.
I'm 100% in. Try the demo. Like, for real. I would be very interested in your thoughts.
This is really evoking a time and a place. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you're old enough to remember this particular magazine, Rocky, but this looks like something I would read about in Next Gen magazine.
That wasn't one I knew, but like I could see it in EGM, yeah. Definitely. Oh, man. Do you remember when EGM used to do those pranks?
Oh yeah.
Like they did like fuck, there was like
long, man. Yeah, like
I can't remember what the Smash Bros one was, but I do remember that they made like they made a fake like nude code for like Dead or Alive beach volleyball.
Yep.
And then like the following month they had a bunch of angry letters from young men who wasted all this time trying to get this nude code. Oh man.
I remember that the Smash Bros. One started with like, okay, do this for 30 straight hours, and of course, like people are like, oh yeah, that seems reasonable, and like,
wait, no, now I remember. It's to get Sonic and Tails into Smash Bros, wasn't it?
I think
Was it?
so.
Oh god, there was a Final Fantasy IX one where you could get Cloud into the game for some reason, or maybe that one was real. I don't think that one was real though. Was it?
But I am reminded because you invoked uh, Dead or Alive Extreme.
Okay.
That this past week, very sadly, Tomonobu Itagaki died.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I think I did see that.
God, gone too young. Like, and really, like the last of the really super. Okay, there is an exception to this. The last of the super really weird, like punk rock, wildly eccentric, dickhead Japanese video game developers who like came up during like the X6800 era. And the asterisks I put on that, who aren't now like wildly famous millionaires who own their own development studio. Shout outs to you, Kojima. Because like it did not go that way for the rest of those guys.
Right.
And like Itagaki, like what a man, what a pedigree. Like I spent some time like reflecting on like the stuff that he did as a director producer. And God, like, what a legacy! Like, I mean, first of all, like, I'm going to go ahead and get on the record here. Dead or Alive is a good video game. Full stop.
It's a good video game.
And like, one of the things that I think people forget about DOA is that during that console generation, during the first iteration of Xbox and PS2, one of the things that both of those consoles had going for them were analog face buttons. People forget that the face buttons on those consoles were analog, and they could understand not just a press. They didn't understand a press as like just like a binary state, meaning like pressed or unpressed.
Mm-hmm.
They understood things like tap and speed of tap and strength of tap. And so like the idea of building a 4-button fighting video game that understood the analog nature of button presses. Like, so all of a sudden, whether or not it was a light punch was dependent upon the way you tapped the button. Like, fuck me running. Like, that's amazing.
True.
Yeah. And then Extreme Beach Volleyball, like, I'm sorry, man. Like, like, we could talk about whether or not it's horny or not. Like, that's a different conversation. But just, like, as far as, like, levels of, like, mechanical execution and hooks, like that is like what a loop, what a gameplay loop. Like all the little mini games are fun. The gambling's outstanding. The like whether or not you can get like individual like characters on the in the game too, like your friend. Like there's all right. Can you be friends with Lisa? I'm like, yes, can I please be friends with Lisa? Like when that launched, I lost serious hours to DOA Extreme, and like one of the things I like dumped like at least 5 or 10 hours into is something which should have been less entertaining, which was just the little game of like the pool floaties where you were trying to run from one side of a pool to another, jumping from pool floaty to pool floaty, because it was dependent again based on speed, strength, and weight of button press, whether or not you were able to do it. Like, oh, what a hook! And he was responsible for he was the guy that like brought back Ninja Gaiden.
True.
Yep. Fuck. fucking like he also did this this there is a Wii U game which I am I think one of the sole defenders of, which is Devil's Third, um, which is such a bizarre. Um, it's like this combination of hack and slash third person game plus first person um, um, shooting in some sequences. So you would go from hack and slash third person to first person shooting to all right, and now your guy who is covered in incredible tribal tattoos is just going to wear these gym shorts and rock out on his drum set, and, you have a chance to tap the screen on your Wii U gamepad as he plays the drums.
That's cool.
Yeah, what is this weird shit? And of course, the guy who's tapping out on his drums, that you're controlling, he's doing so in Guantanamo Bay because he has been arrested for terrorism, and he's so raw that the government can't keep him contained.
Hell
And
yeah!
and the government's like, "Please, raw guy, can you help solve terrorism for us?" And he's like, "Only if I get to fuck chicks." And you're like, "What is this video game?" Um, like, there's a, I don't want to say innocence because that's the wrong word, but
Right.
there's a naivete to
Mm-hmm.
his approach to human relationships and sexuality, where you're just it really just read the fantasies of a 12-year-old who was drawing the cool S in a notebook.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Um, but yeah, Dead or Alive, Ninja Gaiden, holy shit! Those are major contributions to
True.
gaming. Um, back in the day, he was on the fucking dev team for, dude. He was on the dev team for Tecmo Bowl. Like,
Hell yeah.
and but there's just there's not really any of those guys left except for Kojima.
Hmm.
They because they all partied too hard. They all um or they just, God, insert Kinji Ino speech here. Um, but now you just get Kojima, who's like, yeah, man, I'm having a white wine spritzer with Christoph Waltz, and you know, I'm just hanging out on the set of Euphoria because I'm Kojima. What else am I gonna do?
Oh my god. But what about? Wait, Suda51 was involved in UFO 50, right? Or am I just making that up?
I don't think he was.
No, it was Derek Yu.
Yeah,
But who was I thinking of? I feel like there was something that Suda51 was up to.
I'm glad that Studio 51 stopped drinking.
True.
Yeah, like that. I was like, oh, um, that was a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But even he came up after the crew of guys that I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
he just he stuck to that incredibly hard partying like um, Japanese game dev lifestyle for a while until he's like, holy shit, this is gonna kill me. Um, man, that doesn't the really intense Japanese punk rock video game developer doesn't really exist anymore.
Yeah, that's
Aside
true.
I guess Suda and Swery, but both Suda and Swery they're younger than the X6800 set.
Mm-hmm.
Um, one of the things I think is so funny about Suda and Swery is that people confuse them for each other so often that they're like, wouldn't it be funny if we made a game together? And you're like, oh man, it's gonna make it even worse for these folks out there that can't be bothered to keep you separate. Um, So yeah, yeah. Rest easy, Itagaki.
True.
Yeah.
Who we miss? I did play one other demo.
Yep.
It's called Off the Text, and I couldn't handle it. I think it was just late in the night for me. But what it is, it's a full keyboard rhythm game. Where there are like pieces that are played, and then you have to use like basically like a full typing like setup, like you're recreating like a stanza of poetry basically, while like these visualizations with like the vibe of like VHS aesthetic um are like playing on screen. I'll add it to the chat, you can take a look at it. I think you'd like the look of it, but the experience of playing it to me was like very difficult. Like, I don't think it's like signposting that well, but the tools are definitely there. I just don't get them.
I I wish I can remember the name of it, but there's some like keystroke rhythm game I saw recently,
Okay.
um, which required a full keyboard setup to play, and also requires a like at least 3-button wheel mouse to play
Interesting.
because you're going to be typing at full speed with at least one hand all the time, and you may be called to mimic certain gestures with your mouse while pressing mouse buttons and
Oh,
typing at the same time.
that's kind of nuts.
Yeah, and
That must be the
I
kind.
watched some footage of it, and just watching like 5 minutes of footage of the game, like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have a panic attack. Well, just watching this, like,
God, that must be like the kind of stuff that like the EXO like spreadsheet warriors like work off of. You know, like that's what they do to relax. Or if you're like a an air traffic controller, you know what I mean?
yeah. Um, and for those of you at home who were curious, like, wait, game that Suda and Swery did together, the game was Hotel Barcelona.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that came out like last year, right?
This year.
This year. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like this year's been like 3 years.
Oh yeah, definitely. Um, it's also like the contrasting perceptions of time. While 2025 feels like it's been 3 years for obvious reasons,
Yeah.
I'm also like, what do you mean October's almost over? Uh, so.
Dog. I'm pretty sure you know this, but I'm going to tell you anyways. The real estate agents are using AI to clean up home listings, man. Like
Yeah.
they'll take a photo and then they'll run it through AI, and it's like put fresh paint on the roof, clean off the steps or whatever, and then they'll upload that to the listing.
Yep.
That has to be illegal, right?
You'd think, but like
Man,
in a world where like increasingly fewer consumer protections exist, um, I mean, come on, like points in the general direction of RFK and makes panic noise.
oh
Um,
man.
uh, yeah, like I don't know, man. I think ethical Zillow listings are one I think I don't think exists.
Sorry, that's the title. I'm so sorry, but that's what we're using.
Okay, all right.
Oh, god damn it. Man, I wish they did, honestly.
Do you remember that time, like, because at this point, like 3 years ago, uh, when we number one still did Game of the Year,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I was like, look, I insist that our top 10 games include this Zillow listing.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
That was a time. I mean, you had a lot of fun with it, and a lot
I
of other
really
people
did.
did too. So, like, I'm not knocking it. I'm gonna let it rock. At least it's
it did get extensive coverage in games media.
yeah.
And games media did talk about playing the Zillow listing, so I wasn't the only asshole who thought it.
Nah, like that's the thing. Like it's something weird to like the layman, but you can defend it. That's what matters. You know, it's not like the orangutan, the fucking Edgar Allan Poe. You know, they have conventions where Edgar Allan Poe like enthusiasts meet up, and none of them want to talk about the orangutan. Like I get it, but like, whew, boy.
Why don't they want to talk about the orangutan?
Oh, because given when he wrote it, like it's unclear if it's like a racist stereotype or just like murderous madness. And like the historians seem to say that it could go either way, and to the point that they don't bring it up at conventions anymore. Like it's like a stated rule. No one talks about the orangutan.
See, I think that's horseshit. Like,
that's fair.
Yeah, like and this is where I would like fucking kick open the door at that Holiday Inn conference room and be like, all right, fuckers, you know, like because the whole point of art is to interrogate art.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
like you cannot. There is no such thing as separating the art from the artist. Like
that's true.
Yeah, like they intrinsically exist together. Like I Rocky earlier this week, I fell into a conversation that I did not anticipate. And it was like, hey Brian, it was like, did you ever get into Kanye?
Sure, let's do this. Fine, whatever.
And I was like, deep sigh. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, right. Fuck.
Yeah. Because like, Jesus Christ, none of us knew what was going to happen to that fucking guy.
Yeah. This was not one of the things that I guessed, to be honest.
Yeah. Like if you had a Kanye bingo card at the beginning,
nobody won the Kanye bingo. Like
no one won Kanye bingo.
That could be a title too. It doesn't matter.
If there was going to be a different title for the episode, that would have been it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but like, it's important to talk about like who artists are because it informs like the it informs like our relationship to the art that they've made and like when one of the things which is real is like when evil people make beautiful art, how do we reconcile that? How do we process it? Because like a lot of times art is aspirational. Like artists look at themselves and go like, I'm poison. Like the guy who wrote Amazing Grace, like a great example. Like I was like, I'm awful. And then he wrote Amazing Grace about being awful.
Yeah, right.
Or the movie like Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia is very much like an artist like hating themselves. But Manhattan, directed by Woody Allen, is about a piece of shit excusing himself.
Right.
Like that movie is about a dude dating a 13-year-old girl. Yep. And like nobody knew at the time that he was just writing about himself, but turns out he was.
Yeah.
Gross. But yeah, no. By all means, world, talk about the fucking orangutan. Like you should be talking about the orangutan. You should be like interrogating it in the context of his correspondence. You should be looking at it in the context of his other work. You should be saying like, okay, can we figure this out? Like by examining his other piece, like it's like say discovering a lump and then going, if I don't think about it, it'll just go away.
Well, okay. I do want to say, like, there is a lot of like academic writing about the orangutan, and it seemed to be that the enthusiasts do hold opinions, but the opinions are apparently so strong that the conflict resulting would like no longer allow them to meet, which is its own thing. That's probably something that they should grow up and fight about, but like that does seem to be what they're doing.
Honestly, if you can't have a civil disagreement over the fucking orangutan and then just go to the Holiday Inn bar afterwards, then you suck.
That's fair. I can respect that.
You're like, oh, here's my informed position. So I was like, well, here's my informed position. Oh, they don't agree. Oh, like you shouldn't be like meeting in the parking lot with pistols, you idiots. Like,
Oh man, they're trying to turn that whole Holiday Inn conference room into a Waffle House, Brian.
Fucking trying. They trying. It's gonna be a Waffle House classic.
Oh god, that could be fun. I
Rocky,
hope that does become a stage.
is
But
this a
yeah,
podcast? Have we
yeah,
podcast?
this is a podcast. That's fine. Hey everybody, thanks for hanging out. This has been the Impossible Quinn podcast. This ironically did happen right after the 300th episode, but you know, schedules and all that. Kayfabe, you know the vibes. There's music at the beginning and end of the show. You can find it at soundcloud.com/Big Sach NJ. It was made by our kid brother of the show, Big Sach. Actually, he might be a family man soon. We'll see how that goes. But like shout outs to Big Sach, and if you want to support his current work, he has a Bandcamp page, betweenrooms.bandcamp.com, where his band is producing their work. Our logo was designed by Lauren Moran. You can find her on Patreon at Lauren Moran. She does really good stuff. It's still crazy that she did the logo. And we will probably brag about it forever. And that's cool. We are on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Tumblr. We stream on Twitch a couple times a week, twitch.tv/Impossible Coin. And I don't think I got any mail this week. But if there's anything you want to ask us, let us know. Then the cats will read it, and that'll be fun. And we'll do that. But that's us. That's the show.
And I just got late breaking word from Tegan.
Mm-hmm.
She says that there's absolutely nothing inside of any of the Miko boxes except Tommy Talarico's guide to medium grade card playing.
Oh my god.